Well, hell, it's been a while. Hello, everybody. This is Joanne Eisen with Reach the Unlimited. I have been out and about and doing things for the past couple weeks. I actually went to visit my son for a bit of time, and then I came back home and decided that I needed to, I don't know, go into a funk or something, but I just needed some time to kind of recoup, I think. I have been dealing with a lot of things in my life, so it's been kind of a stressful couple weeks, but I'm back for now. I am going to take a couple more weeks off before I start interviewing again. I've got too much going on right now, and so I'm focusing more on that than to have guests. Thank you, whoever's here. Let me go to the comments. Hold on. Marsha. Marsha, I was thinking we need to do autographs again. I have all my stuff out. I was like, oh, maybe I'll do autographs. But I have cards, so I'm thinking I might do cards. Glad it's great to see me. I don't know if it is, but I'm glad you think it is. But anyway, I'm going to take a few more weeks off. I'll probably start doing interviews again a couple weeks into August. Got some things going on, so I'm going to take care of those things and kind of like recoup a little bit. I know it's always fun to do autographs. I love doing autographs. Cards are fun too. I'm going to pull cards. I think I have my favorite deck. This is one of my favorite decks. I love this deck, so I'm going to play with that one. I have this one. It's new. It's really interesting. A little risque, but it's interesting. And then, and this one too, which is really fun. So I thought I would play with those maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I have a few things that I wanted to talk about though. So one of the things, which ones do you love too? Out of all the ones I just showed you, you're on time right now. Say it really fast, Marsha. The ones that are risque, is that the one that you love too? The risque ones? Okay, so I do have a few things I want to talk about. One of the things I wanted to talk about was a lot of the people here. I know, yes, I get it. I really thought you loved the risque cards. They are very risque. I like them. Anyway, hence I digress. Not for you. Why not? We have to have a little fun in our lives. I'll pull those cards out first. I'll pull the risque cards out first. I haven't played with them. I actually just got them and I've looked at them and I've kind of dabbled with them, but I haven't really played with them too much. But you know what? I really love this artist that does these cards. They're just really, really pretty cards. Aren't they pretty? That's a really pretty one. I could use that one. Having a helping hand by the spiritual world that's watching over us and taking care of us. Look at these. They're really pretty though. Aren't they pretty? They're really pretty cards. This one is Time for Solitude. Figure it out. What is going on? This is what I need right now. Time for solitude. Time for going introspect. Aren't they pretty? Look how pretty that one is. Anyway, okay, hence I digress. I'll come back to these. If I have time, I'll come back to them. Whoever else is here, hello. Nice to see you here. Well, I didn't even really get to the really risky cards. Those were pretty tame and mild compared to some of the other ones. Thank you. They are really gorgeous. I like them. It's from a person that puts it together. They're from Italy, which is partly probably why I like them as well. Okay, so everybody that's on this, a lot of people, I'm not going to say everybody, a lot of people on this channel are either, hi, Carol, my two buds. Yay. Hi, Dawn. It's good to see you here. Okay, so you either are mediums or you get readings from mediums or you think about getting readings from mediums. And so I wanted to share something with you. And I want to caveat this with really understanding that all of us are doing the best we can. You know, when we do readings for people, we do the very best we can. So I want to caveat that for people. But in the woo-woo world, there are still a lot of people who are in their ego. They work with their ego. And we can't do that when you're a medium and you're doing readings. You can't be in your ego. You can't be anywhere, because what you are is a vessel for spirit to work through you. Hi, Denise Oxley. I saw your message today. I haven't had time to get back to you. You're in your home. Denise is back in her hometown that she left in Missouri. Okay, so okay, I'm not going to get involved with the chat until I finish this. So we don't want to be in our ego. We want to be in our basically nothingness. We want to be in the stillness so we can really allow spirit to work through us, and that we're not working whatever. We're not using our mind to do a reading. It's really important that we learn to be able to surrender and let spirit use us as the voice. That's what we're doing. So whenever we get into our mind, our mental mind, and we're interpreting, I'm really good. I'm going to tell you, I am really good at embellishing. I love to add things to what it is that I'm feeling, knowing, seeing, or hearing. Because it makes sense to me, right? If you see, like yesterday, I saw a lady in a red dress and she looked like she would be a dancer, and she was a lady in a red dress. She didn't dance. I'm like, but I want the dancing part in there. But that's how our mind gets in the way instead of allowing the message or the information to just flow through us. So I was practicing with someone, and this person, and I'm only using this as an example, not because this person was bad or anything against this person, but it really was a good example of how our ego gets in the way. And as a sitter, that's someone who actually goes and gets readings, you should be aware of this because you don't want this to happen to you. And a part of when you're doing readings, it's about not making the person you're reading for wrong. You never want to make the person you're reading for wrong. So I was getting a reading, and this person was telling me my life story, was telling me what was going on in my life. And I didn't much appreciate it because it wasn't true. It wasn't what was really happening in my life. And the more that I said no, the more that this person dug their heels into the ground and stood firm in what they were saying, no, this is the way it is. This is what I'm getting. And if you hear this from somebody, run the other way. This is what I'm getting from spirit. So I have to honor that. Whether I'm right or wrong, I have to honor that. Now, sometimes a medium will have, like I said, will get like a, whatever it is, however you see, feel, hear, sense, whatever it is, you get this hit about something and you're misinterpreting it, right? I've had that where I've gotten something and I'm misinterpreting. And now that's different from embellishing. That's just, I'm not understanding what spirit's telling me. So I'm saying it from my filter as best I can to give it to that sitter. But it's wrong because I'm saying the wrong words or I'm not understanding it in the right way. I would never tell the person that's in front of me, you're wrong, or it really is this way because spirit's telling me this, it's this way. What I would do is say, hold on, I'm understanding it in this way, but I'm wrong. Let me go back and figure out because see, it's very much a habit to do that. We don't ever want to figure out. Let me go back and allow spirit to impress upon me what I'm feeling in a different way so I can give it to you in a way that's going to be right to you. So if anybody ever says to you, this is what spirit's telling me, so I'm right. Because what's happening is that we're a human being and we have a mind and we have an ego, and that could get in the way. So what we're sensing, hearing, seeing, or understanding could be what we are interpreting that to be. So it's not that spirit is giving it to us in a wrong way. It's that we're interpreting it in a wrong way. So we don't ever want to make the sitter feel like they're wrong. Like this person told me all about my dad and his brother and how his brother lived and what they did. And she asked me if this was correct finally 15 minutes later, but she asked me if this was correct. And I said no. And she kept on going back to my dad and his brother. And it wasn't true. None of it was true. None of it ever happened. None of it was, she said that I just didn't understand or I didn't know. Well, that's not true either because my dad is my dad and I lived with him for a good, I don't know, long time before he passed. And I think I would know my dad's family. I think I would have heard stories about this really tight brother that he would have had. And what really struck me about that was not about this person being wrong, right? It was more about not being in your ego or not allowing your ego to take over a reading. And I really wanted to share this story for two reasons. One, if you are a medium, and a lot of us have done that, like sometimes I have gotten, like I said, I've gotten something that I know is correct when the person couldn't take it. But I never said the person was wrong. And that's what you want to really pay attention to if you're a sitter. And if you're a medium, never say to the person, but I'm right. Or, sometimes you may have this situation where, like, let's say you got this example of somebody who may have had a locket or a piece of jewelry, and you're like, you would understand this piece of jewelry that your grandmother would have given to you, and you have it. And they would be like, no, I don't have it. Well, I may say to that person, well, maybe somebody in the family has it, and you can ask if somebody in the family has it if you don't have it, because I feel like I'm making this up, but it feels like there's a piece of jewelry here and somebody in the family would have it. That's much different than saying, you go find out if your father had an Irish twin. It's a far different thing. I know my dad, he did not have an Irish twin. And if he did, he didn't know about the Irish twin either, so they couldn't have been that close. I just really wanted to share that because I really, really hope that it will help both sides of the mediumship world in this, because we cannot be an ego. We cannot be so stubborn that we get lost in what it is that we're saying, because we're here to be of service to people. We're here to heal. Mediumship for me has been so healing. It's been so healing in so many different ways. And for me to be able to help other people and have them experience that kind of healing is really, really important. And I don't want to, it really broke my heart, really, to see somebody do this, because it takes away the beauty of what mediumship is. I didn't know if I would share this story or not, but when we're learning mediumship, we practice with a lot of people. And so we get a lot of practice in. God only knows I need a lot of practice. But the other day I was sitting with, like a week ago, I was sitting with a medium who didn't really know, she was kind of new at what she was doing. And there's a story that she brought through that I've been waiting to come through. And all of us have that. All of us have that thing or that story or whatever that we're waiting for somebody to bring in. Like last night, I did a reading for somebody, and she was waiting for this uncle to come through. She was waiting for this uncle. We did a kind of a group thing with this particular person. And it was an uncle that she really wanted to hear about. And it really touched her. And I had that happen to me. And I was very surprised about that, because I've had a lot of readings and nobody's ever pulled this gentleman through. I wasn't even expecting. I've been waiting for this person to come through, but not like I was like, every day when I do a practice or whatever, do reading, that I'm waiting for him to come through. But I was hoping at some point that this person would come through. And what it was my son had a friend who died in the military. I'm just going to leave it there. Someday I may tell the whole story. But I always wondered about him, and he came through. I don't know that if my son, he does sometimes listen to my YouTube channel. Sometimes he doesn't. But I don't know if he would hear this or not. But they were really good friends, and he still honors this person that had passed. And this girl, this lady, had brought him through. And the message that he gave to me it broke my heart with joy, and brought tears to my eyes. And I couldn't, I was going to read for her next, and forget it. It wasn't going to happen, because I was just so touched and healed and in awe, and how spirit works, and the timing and how spirit works. So I really wanted to share that, because it's really important that we honor and respect what it is that we're doing, because it's not about us. It's not about the medium who's doing the work. It's about the medium who's sharing the story, sharing this person's life, sharing what it is that you've experienced, and hopefully healing you in whatever you've experienced. Like for me, my father was a curmudgeon, and he had a lot of problems, and we did not have a good relationship while he was here. And now he's one of my biggest fans and spirits that come through, and he comes through a lot. And through my working with him and and having that experience of getting to know him better and the whys and the deeper parts of who he was has been really healing for me to have that relationship with my father in a different way, because when we're a human being, we have all of these constructs within us, and it's we're here, which I've been experiencing a lot over the past couple weeks. We're here to experience real life, and it's not easy. And I loved when I was at the end of that interview with Richard and I was like, remember not to come back. I've gotten so many comments about that we did choose to be here. We did choose to come here and learn in a very difficult way. I mean, it's really difficult to be on this planet, especially when you see what's going on in our world right now, and you can feel overwhelmed by it, or you can feel like your hands are tied and there's nothing you can do, or you feel like, how is this all going to end, or we're going to destroy our planet, or how is the planet going to survive? There's so many different aspects of what we're going through right now, which is not easy. And there's a lot of times where I talk to so many people that are like, why did I do this? Why? I don't want to be here anymore. This is not good. This is not easy. This is not fun. But I don't think that this world's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be all things. And that's one of the things that I've been learning over the past couple weeks, because I've been really pushing myself to get some things done that I needed to get done. I've also been revisiting some of my lessons over the past couple of years. And I know I've talked to a lot of people who have done the same thing. They're revisiting lessons that they've already learned, things that they've already overcome. And with that comes so much healing as well. And it could be good or it could be bad, but it does show you where you're at. One of the things that I've been experiencing is, some of you that know me, my mom had fallen and broken her hip, and I had stopped talking to my mom over 8 years ago. And in that unfortunate situation, it brought the family together. And in the bringing the family together, it brought us all to, I think, a place of being humble and realizing that, we're all human beings and we all make mistakes and we all get offended and we all offend people, and none of us are perfect and none of us are going to do everything right. So it's, how do we live our life, and do you find ways to enjoy life? I have forgotten how to enjoy life. I'm pushing and pushing and pushing constantly to do something, to achieve something, to get to where I want to go. And I forget that joy and happiness and laughter and fun is a part of that as well. And so I know that we've all had a really hard year. Now it's time that we're able to get out a little bit. I mean, it's kind of scary right now as COVID is doing its thing, whatever that is for now. We still have a big divide in our nation when it comes from people to people and beliefs and whatnot. In fact, yesterday I had a conversation with someone who was very, I think, discouraged about politics and politicians, and how honest are they, and how are they really taking care of our highest good? Are they really doing what's in the good for the people? And I think we can look at a lot of them and say, no, they're not. It's very clear. But there's other things too. I mean, it's like, we can't say one side is all bad. Anything that has to do with corporate money or money in general tends to put people into a compromising situation. And so you have to really ask yourself, what is the bigger picture? What are we here for? And it's really to care and love each other. It's to respect and honor each other. And we need to be able to bring that together. We need to find ways, no matter what side of the fence that we're on, pretty much, we need to find ways to honor and respect each other. I know that there's no way that there's a lot of senators that, hi, Sharon Lee. It's been a long time, Sharon. Hi, Dawn. Nice to see you. There's a lot of senators in Congress right now that I wouldn't want to have a conversation with, but we still need to respect each other for why we're here and the lessons that we're learning from each other. That's the point that I want to make. We're really here to do that. So yesterday I was doing a coaching call with someone, and in this call, this person, there's something else that I've been really working on. It's something that I'm going to talk more about soon, but I have been really spending a lot of time learning and understanding how to deal with a narcissist in your life. That's something that a lot of people are dealing with. And it's something that is I'm very passionate about. It's very dear and close to my heart. It's something that I have been studying for a while, been doing a lot of reading on. Well, over the past month, I've been doing even more reading on. And I've decided to join a group that is for support of survivors of narcissistic people in their life. And I am also going to be starting my own support group as well. So I did some training on that, and I'm doing more education on that. And it's something that is really important to me. So I was coaching this lady yesterday who had a curiosity or wondered if someone in her life was a narcissist. And it's not about this person at all, because we all do this. Again, nothing that I talk about usually is about one person. It's just an example of something that we all do to different degrees, but it's something that we really need to be aware of, because what I feel happens so often, I know I fall into this trap quite often, is that we forget who we are. We forget that we are a soul. We forget that this is assimilation. It's so hard to remember that this is not real. This is not the end all and make all of all things. This is just the momentary time that we're living here for this experience, but we live forever. We're always existing. And so I was talking to this lady yesterday, and she's in this particular relationship, and she decided to stay in this particular relationship because she financially wants to get her feet on the ground to be able to walk away from it later. This is a short version of a longer conversation. And she kept on saying to me, I'm just going to put up with it for now until and she must have said it about 5 times. And every time she said it, it just struck me as, why would you sacrifice yourself instead of put your boots on and find a solution to create what it is that you want to create? And I know that's easy to say, but take it from me. I know that it can be done for my life, that when you compromise yourself just to have something, you're compromising your soul, you're compromising who you are. And so I talked to her a lot about tools that she can use and different ways that she can handle it, and, ways that she can get around it. And she listened, but she had this kind of, I'm not really sure that I can do that. Disbelief was in her energy. It was like, I hear what you're saying, but you don't understand. You don't understand where I'm at right now. You don't understand what I'm dealing with. Quite frankly, I totally understood what she was dealing with. I totally understand where she was coming from. I totally understood what walls or what fears that she may be facing to move forward. But when we give our power away, it's like, what is power? Why do we keep our power? Why is it important for us to keep our power? Because then we're in control of our life, because we're the ones that we make choices, and we're the only one that can make choices in our life. And when we give our power to somebody else to make the choices, and then we gripe about it, or we say, well, they're not being nice to me, or they're doing this, or they're doing that. Yeah, it has been long. I was like, what? Then we're giving our power away. Yes, it's the victim mindset. Absolutely. And I told her, you don't want to be a victim, because when you're a victim, you're paralyzed. You can't do anything. You're totally paralyzed. But when you decide that you're not going to be the victim anymore, when you decide that you can stand on your own 2 feet and take control of your life, then that's when you have control of your life. And I said to her, when are you going to be respectful to yourself? When are you going to stand up for yourself? When are you going to put yourself first? When are you going to say, I matter, I count? It's not an easy thing to do. It's never an easy thing to do, but life isn't supposed to be easy. Life is supposed to be an experience for us to learn as a soul, to learn and evolve as a spiritual being of enlightenment and growth. It blew my mind. She got so frustrated with me that she was just like, done, I'm gone. No, not going there. I know what I want right now. This is my safety net, and I like being here. I'm comfortable here. But when you're in the comfortable place, that's when you're not growing. That's where you're selling out. So think about it. When you're in a situation where you're being kind of judged, or you're being forced to make a decision about honoring yourself or not honoring yourself, that's when you're giving your power away. And Kelly is absolutely right. That's when you're becoming the victim. And whenever you're like, but why is this happening to me? And why are things not going the way that I want them to go? Or why are things, when you start that kind of babbling, that's when you have to ask yourself, what's going on? Why am I looking outside myself for the joy? Or I'm looking outside myself for the way to pull up my bootstraps and to put my feet on the ground and create the life that I want to create. And I know we all do that. I do that. I've been doing that. My buds can tell you I've been doing that. We all do that. But it's how long we stay there. This person has been there for a long time. And when you stay in that kind of situation, and you know what? I'm going to tell you, I've been there. I did not have judgment over her. I felt very sorry for her. I wish she could have heard me. And I think, whether she knows she heard me or not right now, it's something that is going to work in her mind, because that's the time period where you have to say, I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to say, and it's not about being selfish or self-centered or egotistical or, it's none of those negative energies. It's saying, what do I want in my life? What makes me happy? Where do I need to go? What do I need to do? It's not easy. So always take that off the table. It's not usually going to be easy. But what can I do to make the changes? Even in this situation, like with her, where she was living in this situation where she didn't feel like she could have moved. I mean, in her way she said it, she had kind of this option, but that would have been hard. This is easy. So this is giving her the cushion that she needed to eventually be able to go out and have this cush life that she wanted. But is that really what happens when you sacrifice like that? When you're not really owning who you are and the power and the strength and the knowledge that you have to be able to create something different? Even if it's just taking one small step. Some of the tools I gave her, she didn't really think she could do because she's living in this situation. It's like, what do? You can't stay in a situation and whine about it when you're not doing anything to make it better. And that's one of the things that I've learned is when you really want to make your life better, you have to do something. There is some things that I've done where I've ignored it. And then all of a sudden you're like, I can't take it anymore. And you're forced to do something. Where if we can just have the confidence and the self-respect and the self-love to say, I'm going to do this for me because I know it's going to take me out of my misery. I'm not going to be the victim anymore. I'm not going to be in the situation where I'm not standing on my own 2 feet, where I'm being the child to a parent. I'm the little one who needs to be coddled at 50 years old. No. You need to find ways to create your own life. And it's not about like, for me, sometimes you rip off the Band-Aid, right? You just gone, done. No. And other things you have to do it a little more gently and a little more, baby step kind of motion. But if you're moving forward, then that's when you're going to make those strides. That's when life is going to become yours. And then you're not affected. Like one of the things that I learned about coming back together with my family was, I think all the stories that you tell yourself, oh, they don't like me because of, oh, they did that because of, oh, they just they don't care about me because of. When in reality, that's hardly ever the case. We're making these things up and they're making their own stuff up in their own head. And that causes more conflict in family situations than really needs to be because they have feelings too. I'm sure I've done things to my family that they didn't appreciate as well. And it goes both ways. It's not just one way. Now, there's some people that are toxic and you just stay away from because they're toxic. or you limit your time that you spend with that toxic person. But to stay in a toxic situation where you're being smothered and belittled or put down or made less than or wrong, that's not okay, and that's not healthy for you, unless it's something that you really want to go for 30 years. I don't know. um, you're right. And that's what I really picked up, Sharon. And that's correct. That is totally correct. Kelly is right, and you are right. She had a victim mindset. The reason that I'm talking about it, though, is not because of her. I feel bad for her. And I know that in her time, we always get to where we need to go, right? It doesn't matter what road we decide to choose. We'll always get to Rome. All roads lead to Rome. But it really is, you have to be ready. It was funny because I was thinking after that, I mean, she really was, she's probably never going to call me back again because she was really mad at me. Because the thing when people get mad at you like that, though, I understand, I pushed buttons too close to home and she wasn't really ready. Like you said, she wasn't ready to deal with it. But later I thought about when I was first starting my journey of waking up and understanding my anger and my sadness and my less than kind of worthiness issues. I was working with a mentor and she would push me and I would get so mad at her. I would get so mad. It would almost be like you're talking I did what she did, really. She's talking on the phone and I would be like, okay, we're done. I just want to go. I don't even want to talk to you anymore. But what I would do is I would go away and start contemplating or thinking about what it was that she said and how that did affect me, or what I could do to change, or was it true or was it not true? Because one of the things I think we always have to do is we always have to be questioning, what is really mine? What do I really believe? What is really true to me? And then that's how we figure out who we are and what really makes us tick. And then that helps us to be able to take the steps forward. Now, if somebody were to treat me like her particular situation, I would be like, out the door, man. Nope. Don't even look back. Don't even think twice. Nothing is worth that to your ego, to your person, to your emotions. Nothing is worth that. Nothing is worth going through that kind of hell. But we're all at different times and places, so we all have to do it the way that we do it in our own way. Ah, what is your confirmation, Don? I one of the things that that I really am going to talk more about, and I'm going to probably bring on some more guests about it, is narcissistic behavior. It is something that is really not talked enough about. It's not made up. It is a real thing. And it's like I told her, there's so many spectrums on that gamut. It's not just a cookie cutter thing. And if you don't understand it, you can think, like a lot of people feel like, no, my whatever isn't a narcissist because, they're this, they're loving, they're kind, they're da 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 da. And those are the worst kind, the ones that are loving and kind, because what they are is called a covert narcissist. And those are the ones that can be really scary and really can really shake your emotions and the essence of who you are. And it's something that you have to really be aware of. So are you dealing with a narcissist relationship? Are you dealing with a bad relationship, or what are you needing to do? I can't say it enough. I think that fear is the main thing. And I'm sure with her, it was more fear than anything else. It's the fear of the unknown, what can happen, what will happen. Yes, covert. The best is a passive aggressive covert narcissist. They're the sweetest. Yes. They're the best. Anyway, I'm trying to be very careful, Lisa, in my wording because this is a very touchy subject. And if I just really let my hair down, it would be kind of scary. But yeah, it's, it's really a very, money is what? I'm glad you're laughing out loud. It's you start educating yourself on it. Like I asked her, what kind of background did you kind of do to find out if this person you're with is a covert? She said, oh, I Googled it and I spent, 5 minutes Googling it. I'm like, oh my God, you just have no idea. 5 minutes of Googling is not enough. Money is a big thing. And, it's not really the money. I think the money is more about the energy. Am I worthy of it? Am I capable or responsible enough with money? But usually it's not the money that's the issue. I would wonder with you, Dawn, if it's more about the power that comes with the money, the responsibility that comes with the money. That's a big thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can be triggered, definitely triggering. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Something else I was going to talk about, but let's go into this. Hold on. I'm going to use these cards right now because I love these cards. Let's see, Dawn, about what the money, what is the money issue coming from? Because I don't feel like it's the money. I feel like it's something around the money that is, I'm going to pull some cards for you, Dawn. Is that okay for you? From you? There's every passive aggressive, every narcissist. See, you're actually better off being with a narcissist, just a plain narcissist who's in your face and loud and abusive and obnoxious and annoying. When you get into the passive aggressive ones, that's the one where you have to really, until I see a yes from you, Dawn, I'm going to keep shuffling. Okay. Okay. Because the passive aggressive ones, they're the ones who are the covert ones. I mean, covert is covering over. They don't want you to know what's really going on. And what they do is they project onto you, and then you think you're the crazy one. I'm gonna do a whole thing on that one. It's okay for Dawn. My good friend Marcia told me I better get my butt on live because it would do me good. And I think she's right. All right. So, Dawn, I feel for you that I'm going to ask the question with you. Are you taking time to really enjoy your life? Like, are you... Well, it is, Marcia. Are you taking the time to really enjoy the sweet things in life? I feel like you're pushing and I feel like you're analytical and you're in your head too much and you're not really taking the time to enjoy life, but not just enjoy life. Like anybody can just go to the beach. That's where I enjoy life. Go out with your friends and, chat or whatever. But this is about, look how she's sitting in that chair. She's very confident. She's peaceful within herself. And there's things around her that are important to her. Are you able to do that? Are you able to really go within yourself, enjoy yourself? I feel like that's a part of what you need to be paying attention to. No matter, I love these cards because she's not perfect. None of us are perfect, but yet we think we need to be perfect. She is not perfect. Marsha, you crack me up. um, um, but yet she's confident and cool within herself. So this is, I think, nope, what? You aren't that way or you are that way? Are you hard on yourself? Are you are you really do you push? Okay. Well, the cards are telling you this, so it's not me. Spirit's telling you this, Dawn. This is about really loving yourself. This is about really going back into yourself. Don't be so into your head that you can't enjoy the experience that you're here to experience. Yeah, I can tell that. So the other thing about you is, I don't think, because you're always analyzing things or thinking about things, or how do you want to do something, or what is something supposed to look like, or how am I supposed to do it in a perfect way? What is the perfect way? Is there a perfect way? I don't know. Maybe there is a perfect way. This is about breathing. It's about, what strikes me about this is all this knowledge is behind them, but yet they're thinking about what can they create? What can they do? So what in you do you want to create? Look at, you have an expansion of the universe up here. What in you do you want to create? And where do you start? Well, what you do is you start right here, right from the heart. What is your heart wanting you to do? What are the things that you want to create from your heart? That's really what you want to do. Really, it's about, you haven't done anything wrong. It's just you created this to come here and experience this life in the way that you wanted to experience it. Again, you've got two people here that are totally different, and they're never going to see things the same way. There's never going to be another person like you. So how do you want to live your life? So let go of whatever happened in the past, or what your ideas were about how you think you should have done it. And just ask yourself, what do I want to achieve? Where do I want to go? What are my dreams? Again, this is about dreaming. What are you dreaming? What are the goals? What are the ideas? What are the passions that you have that you want to create? That's what you need to do here, is let everything from the past go. Everything that no longer serves you go. I feel like I'm sensing that you are in a relationship that you're not really happy about, that you're not really feeling comfortable with, and that you're not really sure. Well, yeah, we all have dreams. Yes, exactly, Kelly. That is the hardest thing, to let go without knowing what all of the answers are. I'm telling you, I'm at the front of this line, sister. I'm telling you, life can be that way. And sometimes you have to jump without knowing where you're jumping to. But Dawn, for you, this is not about you jumping right now, because you're still working on this phase right now. This is where you're at, right? Really loving yourself and really being happy with who you are, and trusting the mind that you have and the beauty of that mind and the things that it can create, because you've already done a lot of learning. You've already done a lot of work. Now it's about letting go of all your old beliefs that you're not enough, that you're not good enough. Okay, Marsha. So you just need to let go of all of those things and trust that you really have all that you need. You have, I love this, because it's, don't be afraid to sing. Okay, I'm going to give you a dare right now, Dawn. Really bad dare. This is really mean. I will bring you on StreamYard, and you can sing a song live on StreamYard. How about that? Would that be challenging enough for you? No, you didn't tell me yes, you would want to come on and sing a song live. That would be great. That would be really coming out of the box. But in this here, it's about, Yeah, I know. We all do, Kelly, but we all don't always believe it, right? Or listen to it or trust it. This is about you're not a singer. You would, but you're not a singer. I like that. Yes, but you're not a singer. Hold on. We'll get back to that in a minute. So, this is about really, like, again, she's not alone, right? Whichever one you are, she's not alone. She's got people around her that are supporting her and helping her, right? Lifting her up. Like when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, they don't lift you up. They push you down as fast and hard as they can do it every time they can. You give them one little inch and they're going to totally rake you over the coals. It's just the way it is. But in this, you have look at all the options that you have. Again, you have a vast universe of so many things you can do. And I know that didn't really answer your question about money, but I think that it did in a roundabout way, because you can make all the money you want just by this card alone, by really giving it all to the universe and trusting it and really loving yourself, because it's never usually about money. Money is just a physical thing that we've put something to. This is really who we are. It's a person that's here to have an experience. And the experience really is to have acceptance and love and compassion for each other. And sometimes we can forget that. I know a couple weeks ago when I was going through something really stressful, I wanted to forget it all and just like forget it, throw it out the window. And so I went to a store. I think I went to the UPS store. And this lady told me something I didn't like, and I just got really pissy. And I walked out of the store and I went, who the hell was that? And what is going on with you? Because you don't react that way. But it was just the accumulation of all that energy that I wasn't letting go. I kept it all inside of me. I definitely wasn't this. I was not calm. So I feel like for you, though, this is really the bottom line, is to trust the people that are in your life. The ones that you need to let go of, let them go. The ones that are going to be with you and support you, you need to hold them close to you or find new people that will. And you have the capabilities. Again, it's to me, this card is about one of those feelings that we all have where we don't think we have enough. We don't have enough education. We don't have enough experience. We don't have enough confidence, whatever. We don't have enough. This is like you have all of it. It's you. And again, it goes back to this card. I love doing this. I'm sorry. This is the way I read cards. It comes back to here. It comes back to letting all of the old thinking go, because this is what's keeping you from really flying to the highest heights that you can fly to. So, Dawn, do you really want to come on and sing? I'll bring you on. If you want to challenge yourself, I'll bring you on. You have to give me a yes or a no, though. And you can sing to everybody. Marsha, I'll do a card reading for you while I'm waiting for Dawn to answer. You don't have to, Dawn. It just was a funny. All right. All right. Hold on. Let me. Let me go to. I'm going to send you the link in Messenger. Hold on, Facebook is thinking. I'm going to find you in Messenger right now. Hold everything. Are you done? Well, I'm going to do the whole thing. Oh, there you are. Okay, Dawn, here we go. I'm going to send it to you right now. All right. sent it to you. So it's in Messenger. You get to pick the song. I'm going to do a reading for Marsha now. For Marsha. Let's see what these lovely cards want to tell Marsha. Mind you, I have to keep my mind out of it because I can, well, we'll see what I do. We'll see how well I behave, Marsha. All right, let's see, for Marsha. I should have asked you if you had a question. All right, for Marsha. Oh, I'm glad you're excited. This is me doing a card reading for the expert of card readings. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. It's very funny. Okay. Are you ready, Marsha? You're going to crack up on this one for two reasons, but you're going to crack up. Okay. All right. So, Marsha, your first card is the Lighthouse, which is hilarious for many different reasons. But the fact that you just came back from, from the coast, even more funny. And I know that you could read what that says down there. So do I really have to say anything more? So not only did you get a lighthouse, but you are enough and always are enough and beautiful in all that you do. So this, as you can totally tell, this is really, what I love about this is the color. It's very bright and it's, you got your flowers and it's got things that are special to her that she can kind of remind herself about what's important in her life or what brings her joy. It's not about why I'm not doing enough or if I'm not doing enough or if other people are doing more than I am, or I'll show you in a minute, Kelly. If I, it's it is perfect. I didn't do it. Spirit did it. Work through me. So this is about you are enough and you don't have to do one more thing. See, the beauty when we say that, it's not like we're perfect, but we're perfect where we are now. And you're perfect where you are now. So if you can accept that you're perfect where you are now and just be you and do what you really want to do and love to do, then you're going to keep growing to become more and more perfect. Spirit is telling me what to say. So this is about you accepting the beauty and the perfection that you came here to share with everybody else. That's the thing that we forget and we don't want to pay attention to. We came with the gifts that we have. We came with the weaknesses that we have as well. But yet we want to concentrate on the weaknesses and not the gifts. So then we feel like we're not good enough. And we judge ourselves against other people. I was going to quit mediumship. Really, seriously, we're going to quit mediumship for so many different reasons, because I'm judging myself. We quit things because we're judging ourselves against other people or what we think of other people. The thing that struck me about that is, I can't remember what they call them, but those people that put on social medias or whatever, that they have a lot of money with these fancy cars and blah, 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 blah. They're nicely dressed and they rent all that. It's all staged. It's not reality. But with you, you are reality. You are real. And you are the perfect person that you're supposed to be right now, exactly where you need to be. And which I love this, because we're all perfect and we're all beautifully made. And you are the stardust. You are the spirit. You are not the Marsha. You are the spirit. And you're here to have an experience that is only going to be unique to you. And so it's allowing that part of you to be able to I know, right? Yes, we don't. Well, we usually don't judge others, but we definitely judge ourselves way worse than other people, for sure. We give everybody else the benefit of the doubt, but we don't give ourselves the confidence, the love, the compassion, the compassion to be able to be who we are, and the beauty of who we are. Because really, think about it. This card isn't just for Marsha, it's for each and every one of us. We are souls. We are perfectly made. We created this body and this experience to be ugly, messy, uncomfortable, emotional. All these things are for us to experience life. And yet we are perfect, right? We are made perfect. And I don't believe there's this one person here that is really just a really evil, vindictive person. And even through my studying of narcissistic behavior, it is something that they know that they're doing. Absolutely. But they created that for a reason as well. And it's not that you feel sorry for them in a way of allowing them to be jerks. It's about understanding that they're going through their own process as well, because we're living in a world of polarity. And so they're also teachers to us. Everybody's our teacher, and they're experiencing their own unique way of living in this life. But it's not that we continue to be in relationships with them. That's when we stand on our own 2 feet. And I really think that's funny that I brought this up to you, Marsha, in this particular situation, because it's about standing on your own 2 feet and not letting anybody else take you off of that. Just like you would not allow a narcissist or any abuser to abuse you. And I know it's hard. It's easier to say that when you're not in the midst of it. But you have to stand on your own 2 feet. We're responsible for our own lives and choosing the things that we want in our life. And so you have to know that you have been given, you came into this planet with all that you need, just like with Dawn. And it's so funny. So clearly you've got some releasing to do too. So again, this is about you. You're not alone. You have help around you. What strikes me about this is that fire. You have a lot of fire inside of you that you're not really unleashing, but you also have this sense of fire within you that can burn yourself. So you have to be able to tame that fire, because you can go one way or you can go the other way. You need to be balanced, and you need to be able to use that fire in a positive way, not in a negative way. And you need to know that, to me, in this, like with Dawn, it was like she's not alone. She needs to understand that we're all different. We all have our own things. I mean, it was different for her. But for me, it's about you trusting yourself. It's not about you as much. You've got support that's around you. You've got people that really care about you and love you, but you are your own worst enemy. And this is what I see from this one. So it's about releasing the guilt of whatever the story is that you have, that you're not enough. I got to come back to this card because it really does go well with this one, that you're not perfect, that you have to be perfect, that you have to do things right. We're not supposed to. We're supposed to be messy. We're supposed to do things wrong. We're supposed to fall down and stand up again. So this is about you falling in love with yourself. It's about you letting go of your belief that you are the only person in this world that's worse than everybody else. Sorry, Marsha. I'm going to stick to that one, though. That's funny. Think first before you judge. And you were the one that said we judge ourselves. So do I have to say any more to this one? I don't think I do. I think you get it. It's really about trust. If you think about it, look at the way that they're levitating her, right? That's a lot of trust. I know, we all have that. It's about trust, right? It's about trusting spirit. It's about trusting the people around you that you trust, not stupid people. I mean, those people you just kind of smile and walk away from. But this is about the people that you know have got your back and aren't going to let you fall. So this is about true trust. So for you, I really think that your biggest thing is you are enough, and you can trust that people will have your back as well. They're not going to judge you. They're not going to bring you down. You know, you do live in an area where there's a lot of kind of bickering and gossiping and backstabbing that goes on. And you know what I'm talking about. But overall, that's not the way people are. They're more supportive and they're more caring for us than anybody else. So you have to trust that people do care about you and you know what you're doing. I really do think this is a good card for you. The universe, right? The universe has got your back, and so do the people around you, and you came with everything you need to be the beautiful soul that you are. Okay. All right, somebody else said they wanted a reading. Who was that? Let's see. Sharon Lee. Okay, Sharon Lee. Sharon Lee, then you have to come on here and give us a reading. For Sharon Lee, what does the universe want for Sharon Lee? Just remember, everybody, I said I'm not going to have, you're very welcome, Marcia. You can call and yell at me later. Hi, Amy. I'm going to start at my probably mid-August. I haven't really booked anybody yet because I was doing other things, but I really did need to take a break from the show for a little bit. So I will be, you come on. Okay, hold on. I'm doing your reading first. All right, so Sharon. I have some interesting guests, and I loved doing that interview. Hold on, I got to concentrate on Sharon. Hold on. Let me do it one more time, and then I'll tell you. I love doing the interview with Spirit, and I'm going to be doing more of that. I just thought that was so fascinating to talk to Spirit and the wisdom from Spirit. So definitely, I'm going to be doing some more interviews. I'm going to interview. Janine and I talked that we would do an interview once a month. So once a month, I'm going to have an interview with Spirit, and I'll post it. So if you guys have questions, put it in my Facebook, and I'll ask. I didn't get to all the questions because because I'm an interviewer and I love doing interviews. A question comes upon a question comes upon a question. So some of the questions I didn't get to, I will be asking the next time I interview Janine's guides. You're welcome, Marcia. Thank you for being here. Oh, somebody asked which deck this was, and then I will do this. Believe in Your Own Magic from Amanda Lovelace. This is really, I love this deck. It's one of my very, very favorite decks. And last time I did readings, I did take a picture to show everybody what cards I was using, and I forgot to post it. So what's interesting for me, Sharon, so the first card I get for you is Gray. Endings are inevitable. What's interesting to me is that ship is up in the clouds, clearly. But what I feel like is happening with you is that I feel like you're, how do I word this? I feel like your ideas, your thinking is more in the clouds and not enough grounding. Like you need to be more grounded and more focused for some reason is what I feel like from this card. But I also have a sense that I don't know if you're in a relationship of some sort. To me, I feel like this is some kind of a relationship thing, like something that's coming to an end in a relationship. It's very interesting because the other thing that really strikes me on this one is, and I've never really paid attention to it. I don't know if you can see it, but the lightning, you can't really see it, but right up in here, there's some lightning that's you. There you go. And so I feel like you're going through something right now. You're going through a hard time of some sort. There's something going on with you. Hold on, let me keep going on that one. This one's got me puzzled because there's more to this. See, the thing about it is I feel like she's reaching out is what's really striking me. She's reaching out for something, but she's not really reaching for anything. So for me, it's like you've got thoughts or creative ideas that you're not able to grasp and hold on to, or something that's escaping you is what it feels like to me. But I do feel like there's a person. So it's not a relationship. It's not like a love relationship, but there's some relationship that's causing you angst or causing you, it feels like it's causing you stress in some way is what I feel like. But interesting thing, this is about the mural, that making yourself your first priority. I feel like this is more about this is more about allowing your creativity. Like this is probably, I feel like these two go together really well, because I feel like in here, it's about more creativity. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. I see. No, I think you're right. I think it's with your daughter. That feels very, as soon as I read that, I was like, yeah, that is what it feels like. But here I feel like it's about, you have way more creativity within you that you're not allowing to come out. So you need to start, I don't know, do music, dance. You need to like move your body. And because I feel like you have something within you still that you're wanting to manifest, that you want to create. And I feel like this is like going away. This is coming in. This is something that you need to be more focused on to be able to like create something within yourself. The newness of something, like letting this go. Like I feel like kind of the story about my relationship with my family and how over time and distance and growth, like a lot of inner growth. And it's not only I did it, everybody did it. Everybody got wiser. Everybody got smarter. I feel like that's what can happen here. I feel like in this particular card about the relationship part of it, I feel like that's something that kind of goes away when it comes to the relationship. That's the first thing that struck me, was the relationship. But then on the other hand, in this particular card, it's about trusting yourself, like grounding yourself and not being so like scattered and out there, but really coming up with who you are and what it is that you want to create. Because this is about you creating your own canvas, your own desires, your own wants, your own needs within yourself. Which this is a funny card for you, because I know you do this to some extent, but you don't do this as well. So it's really getting that balance, right, of not seeking the approval of anybody else. It's about being who you are. And really what strikes me about this is the darkness that's behind her is very prevalent for me, for you. So it's about, I don't know if you go into the dark night of the soul kind of thing. I don't feel like you're doing that, but it's like that kind of thing where your thoughts are going, and it can get really overwhelming or stressed about what it is that you want to do or how you want to create it, or almost like, I feel like that little engine that needs to get up the hill. Like this is something that you're creating that goes really well with this one, right? Coming out and figuring out your expertise, your creativity, doing it your way and not really caring what anybody else says. But I feel like you've got some kind of doubts and fears that are hanging out. I can't do this backwards, back in this area, right behind you. It's like you're in front of it now. You're not in it. And you've got the light that's illuminating. I guess I could do this, right? But don't be afraid. Like you're through the darkness now. You're not in the darkness. So you're moving forward. So really trust that you're going to be able to come through. And I don't know. It feels to me like it's something unusual, something different. Yeah, I get that. It could be easy to be I know a lot of, I've never really known that many Pisces, and now I've got so many Pisces in my life. So, and then the last one, again, it does come back to what I was saying in basically in what you're creating. It's about practicing self-love and not about, for me, I feel like for you, it really does come back to trusting yourself. It's not this card. I thought I had a card out. It's about trusting what you're here to do. Like whatever you're going to create. This is big for me. This is like you're creating a new facet of yourself, like a whole new facet of yourself. And this is about trusting that and about understanding that you can do it, because the darkness is behind you now. It's not in front of you, and that you can create what it is that you want to create. You have the power to do it. You have the capabilities to do it. So this really is about, almost every time I see this card, to me, it's about the magic, right? Putting all the fun things into the pot and creating the magic. And that's what you're going to do, is create the magic. If you give yourself the confidence, the faith, the trust, and the love, then you're going to create the magic. But I really do feel like this is a very important card for you, because it really is about not holding yourself back. It's about trusting yourself and not letting anybody else keep you from doing it. Because I feel like whatever you're doing in here and here, it really feels to me like it's unusual, like something different. I don't know if you have something in mind that you're doing that's like outside the box. Keep moving forward, though. I feel like you're going to get it. I feel like it's almost a fated thing, but I feel like it's still out of reach. This boat it just makes me feel like it's still out of reach for you for a while. So just keep creating, dance, move, sing. I never got done on dance, move, sing, act, do, don't sit still. Don't keep like, I feel like creation happens in the more you do. So the more you do, the more your mind is open to other options, opportunities, thoughts, processes, all that. I hope that helps. Okay. Who else was here? Oh, Amy. Amy, are you still here? Don't hold yourself back. You're in front of the darkness. I put it in the deck already. Don't hold yourself back. Move forward. Oh, what date is that? Next Friday, FYI. Maybe. I don't think so. I think it's outside the box YouTube video. The YouTube channel you're doing very well on the YouTube channel. And that was definitely, I think, a part of what brought you out of that darkness, right? You and Lisa took a big jump at doing that. And you've been doing really well, and you've been really supported in doing that. So I really do feel like that has been a big part of moving you forward. So you're a little more confident in what you're doing, but I feel like it's going to be something even more different. I don't feel like you're doing it with somebody. I feel like you're doing it alone. Something you're creating. Okay, for Amy, what is going on with Amy? What does Amy need to know about? Oh, I told Marsha I was going to use the risky cards, and I didn't. The risque cards, and I didn't. All right, for Amy, maybe I'll do it before I'm done. Amy, I feel like you have some indecisiveness going on. Can you understand that? I feel like there's, you're not sure. You're, should I do this or should I do that? There's indecisiveness. There's some kind of something going on that way. Almost feels like it's, it feels, I don't want to say, it feels real. Like, yeah. I feel like it's like now, like it's something you're going through now, and it's causing you to be unsure about things. It's funny. Oh, how funny. Okay. Whew. So the first thing that the cards are saying, okay, so the first thing is about you're not broken. And you are treasured, right? You're a treasured gift, and you have had like clinks and chips and cracks along the way, but you're not broken. And this cup has always been repaired. Like you can see in the cup how it's got gold in it. And to me, it's about that cup to me is very significant because it's about something that was made out of nothing. Like you got this blob of clay and or porcelain, and it's molded and shaped into this cup. And the cup is used in many different things. Like cups can be emotions. It can hold water. It can hold something hot. It can hold something cold. You could plant a plant in it. I don't know why I thought of that, but it's very versatile. So I do feel like for you, this is about understanding that you're versatile, that you don't have to be rigid and stuck or in a straight line, that you can go outside the lines, that you can weave, you can like come back, you can go forward, you can change your color, you can change the gold to porcelain, to white, to copper, to whatever. It doesn't always have to be the same way. So I feel like for me, the other thing that strikes me very interesting thing about this is that she has a red nose. I've never noticed a red nose before. I don't know if you can see that. See her red nose? Which to me is, it reminds me of that when you cry and you get that red around your nose. It's about allowing yourself to express who you are. And because usually when you get that, it's like when you're holding your tears back, when you're holding that sadness back. So it's about really allowing yourself to express who you are to the fullness of what you really want to express. Because I feel like the gift that you have, you're like, look how she's holding that cup very delicately, like she doesn't want it to break. And yet, things like this are made for us to use, and you're made to use the gifts that you have. So I feel like you're holding back in some way. You're holding yourself back, and you need to be able to move forward and have the confidence to move forward. With that, whatever has happened in the past is the past. And you get to always be able to rewrite your story. And really, again, it goes back to when I was talking about a narcissist who, they're bad people. Not going to say that they're not, but excuse me, I don't know, I have the hiccups, but they're here for a purpose, to teach people that they interact with about self-respect, about self-confidence, about honoring themselves, self-love. These are things that you need to come back to. All the things that happen to you, again, like we were talking earlier, don't be the victim. Learn from the experience. So learn from the experiences that you've gone through to be able to move forward, to become almost feel like the strength and the pillar that you actually are, that don't be hesitant. I got to get this cup. I mean, it's not fragile. And yet she's treating it like fragile. You're not fragile. You've got all this kind of strength and umph to you. So it's about, like, look, she even wants to break the shell. She's going to throw that rock down on the shell. So it's all about you having that confidence within yourself that you are a strong person, that you are a vigilant person, that you are a force to be reckoned with. You don't have to be it like what she's doing, right? You're going to crash something. You can do it in a way that's unique to you, because you are unique and you are a caring person, and you don't want to go in and be a bull in a china closet. Like, I'm a really good bull in a china closet, but I don't feel like that's something that you would really enjoy doing. But you can be the strength of who you are, right? You can, again, it goes back to whatever story we have going on in our head, we can always change that story. I don't feel like this is like for you, all encompassing. Like, you can change your story. You can change the story of other people. You can change the story of situations. You have the power by shifting things to change the story. You can be a bull too. I think you'd be a nicer bull than I would be. No, I hurt people's feelings. So for me, again, this is about, hold on. Because I feel like you're dealing with something right now, something specific. It feels like something specific. So for me, this is about, obviously, we all have endless possibilities, right? We can do whatever we want to do. Sometimes when I'm doing mediumship and I'm really having a wonky day, and I know what mediumship is, me, the person, whoever's doing it, is sitting with an open, empty mind, and spirit talks through us. It's like letting go. How hard is that? But in our human mind, in our human life, we have to control it. Nope, it's my mind. I got to think about it. I got to control it. We don't always have to control everything. Things can come to us in the way that the universe wants to bring them to us. But I feel like sometimes we get in our own way. Like, if you can see them, they're all sitting there just patiently waiting for whatever's coming. Sorry, I wanted to see the card, and I could see it in the camera. They're waiting for whoever's coming to them to come to them, and they're patiently waiting. They seem very comfortable and at ease, except for the one in the middle who's a little bit on fire. So I feel like for you, it's about, like, I can feel your energy. I don't know, the stress around you is pretty heavy. Well, you got, again, gray. So you've got some releasing to do. For me, this is about you. For me, this message to you is like taking a breath and allowing everything to flow by you. Like, it's right in front of you, and it all just needs to keep flowing by you. And don't grab it. Don't try to attach to it. Don't try to control it. Just allow it to keep flowing, because that's really what you're here to do. I feel like you're really good. This, to me, feels like you can get in the way of things. Like, you can be your own block. You don't need other people to block you. You can be your own block. I was going to say that, but I was going to be nice that you were the one in the middle. I feel like, but I don't feel like you're doing this in a way that's bad or mean. I feel like it's within yourself. Like, you block yourself by your own thoughts about what's going on, your own story. I feel like, to me, I feel like it's sad. I don't feel like it's like nothing bad, but I feel like there's a heaviness around you right now. There's a heaviness of something that you need to deal with, but you're afraid to do it. You're not wanting to, like, it's something, it feels like it could be something from the past. You're not wanting to redo it. And you're not really seeing all the potential that you have, right? You're not really seeing all the opportunities that you have before you. But I feel like if you just sit in the quiet, and if you just trust, like, this is about trusting, and it's about allowing the flow to happen. The water is calm. The sky is beautiful, beautiful colors. There's, the storm is whatever, is afar off, but even the storm doesn't look like it's bad. It's about what's going on in your own head, and allowing yourself to allow it to flow, and really, like, put the fire down, like, just relax. This is your biggest card, I feel like, right? It's about your potential is endless, but trust that it is, and trust that you don't need to hold everything back. You don't need to, like, we're the people, like, they're in a castle, or, they're obviously expecting people to come, and there's no people. So I don't know if you're keeping people at bay, or you're not really sure about how to do something. You're not really sure about how to handle it or how to tackle it. But I feel like you have everything you need within you. You have the support. I feel like you have support near you and around you, if you can allow that to happen. And you also you're not losing anything. I mean, you've got a bunch of abundance around you. So tap into that abundance and trust that abundance, and allow that to happen. Because I feel like you're shifting your thinking, you're shifting your ideas, you're shifting the way you focus on something. That's what's going to open you up, because I really feel like, and this one too is like really, you're holding it in. Don't hold it in. Let it all out. Like come to this peace. Come to the peace of allowing. So just allow the allowing to happen, and drop all the things that are around you, and allow things just to happen. And maybe that will be better. All right, everybody. I'll do one more reading. Whoever puts it in there first gets it. And then I'm gonna, whoops. Anybody else? Are we done? I don't know if I saw anybody else. You're very welcome. I know you've been doing a lot of work over the past couple of years and a lot of changes, and you've done a lot. So I feel like all of this is probably just coming together and helping you with the next. You're very welcome, Don. Next time you can come on and sing. And I don't blame you. I wouldn't have gone on to sing either. All right, everybody. Nobody else wants a last reading, then I will sign off and get back to my work. And again, remember that, remember how special you all are, and that, oh, I'm shuffling cards. No, the thing's up there. Okay. Remember how special you all are, and that each and every one of you are unique. Trust spirit, and just be the best person you can, and try to come out of the chatter that we have in our mind. I think the number one thing that I hear from people that I talk to is how we hold ourselves back because of the chatter that we have that goes on in our own mind, which 90% of the time isn't even true. We create it, and you don't have to create it. You don't have to believe it, and you can stop it. It's just going to take a lot of work to do that. So remember the unique person that you are a soul, and that you are living in a simulation. It's just, I cannot say that enough, because it's something I really believe. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for sharing your time with me, and I hope to see you again soon. I'm not sure when I'll be back on. I'll try to be back on before the end of, before I start up again with the show, but I'm not really sure what my schedule will be like. So everybody take care, and thanks for being here and sharing their time with me. Bye.